Counting your toddler's words is weirdly hard to do, and it's why most parents get the number wrong without even realizing it. I've worked with late talkers as a speech therapist for over 13 years, and I see this all the time. Because unless you are writing down every single new word your toddler says, it's genuinely hard to answer one simple question. How many words does my toddler actually have? You might answer that by saying around 10, when really they've got maybe like 13 or 14 words. We just naturally round it off to a clean number like 10. And whether your answer is 10 or more like 20, I promise you the actual number of your words your toddler has is most likely a lot higher. Because here's what trips up almost every parent. You go to count your toddler's words, and then you freeze. Wait, they just said moo. Does that count? Or she just said beep beep. Does that count? Does ba for ball count? What if he signs more? Does that count? So here's exactly what this video is going to do for you. I'm going to show you 5 different types that actually count as words. And by the end, you're going to realize your toddler has more words than you think. Now, if you've been undercounting, that's not on you. You've been counting the way anyone would. Only the clear, grown-up sounding words, right? But that's not actually how we count them. There's a real rule, and I'm going to give it to you. I'll be honest with you along the way too, about when a bigger number is a relief and when it's worth a closer look. When it feels like your toddler doesn't have many words, come back to this video to make sure you're counting what they say the right way. Because a word isn't about how clearly he says it. It's whether he uses it consistently, independently, and intentionally. Consistently means he uses the word over and over again. Independently means he uses it on his own without any prompting from you. And intentionally means he's naming something directly, not just saying it over and over at random. If all 3 are a yes, then it counts as a word. All right, let's get into the 5 categories. The first category is animal sounds. Yes, animal sounds count as words. If your toddler sees a dog and says woof, or sees a cow in his book and says moo, most parents don't write that down as a word. It feels like just a sound effect or just play. But watch what's actually happening. Your toddler sees the dog. That's the meaning. He says woof, same sound every time on his own. If moo always means cow, then moo is a word. Be sure to count these as words. The second category is environmental sounds. Some examples are vroom for a truck, beep beep for a car, choo choo when he sees a train, or even wee as he's going down the slide. If vroom reliably means the car is going, that's your toddler using sounds to talk about his world. That's a word. Be sure to add it to his list. Next up is exclamation sounds, and this one surprises people the most. Think of words like uh-oh or wow. We don't naturally think of these as vocabulary words, but uh-oh when he drops something, that's your toddler commenting on what's happening. Those are true words. The fourth category is signs. When your toddler signs more for more blueberries, or if he signs all done when he wants to finish something. For a toddler, a sign used on purpose does count as communication, and it's a generally good sign that language is on its way. So be sure to count these as words. And last but not least, word approximations. Think about when your toddler says ba for ball, nana for banana, or baba when he sees his bottle. Here's what happens with almost every parent who says their toddler has 0 words. Their child actually has 10 of these word approximations on its own, and they've been leaving them off the list because they don't sound like the real word. But remember, it doesn't have to be said clearly. It just has to mean something. If ba always means ball to your toddler, and he says it on his own, then ba is a word. It counts exactly as much as if he said it perfectly. So, for example, your toddler reaches for his bottle and says baba. That's not almost a word. That is a word. This one category alone takes a lot of parents from 0 to, oh, my toddler actually has more words than I thought. All right, now that you have all 5 categories of what counts as a word, let's put it all together. Go ahead and recount your toddler's words. Every sign, every word approximation, every sound. If he uses it consistently, independently, and intentionally, it counts. And once you've got your number, the next question is, how many words should he have by his age? I made a whole video on exactly that topic. It's right here on the screen. Go watch it next, especially if your word count still leaves you unsure whether he's where he needs to be. I'll see you there.